Singapore has taken another step to cement its position as a leading cruise hub with the reopening of the Marina Bay Cruise Centre today. Among the upgrades following a $40 million facelift is early check-in for baggage, taking less than half the time compared with before. The centre can also hold almost 12,000 passengers, nearly double the previous capacity. Charlotte Lim with more.
What was once a vacant piece of land has now been transformed into a space that can accommodate more coaches and ride-hailing vehicles. There's also a new early baggage drop-off service to reduce hassle for passengers. They can also be more assured that the cruise will depart on time through technology meant to make behind-the-scenes processes more efficient. With larger ships docking at the cruise centre here, there will be more vehicles travelling in and out to deliver supplies such as food. And that's why the centre is using a new system to schedule trucks to come in at designated time slots. Now this will help to ease congestion and ensure a smoother traffic flow. An additional check-in hall also means passengers can expect to have a smoother overall check-in experience. Previously, the single hall could get crowded, especially when two large ships are in port at the same time. There are also new shuttle services to ferry tourists to popular attractions like Gardens by the Bay. Operator Sets Cruise Cruise Services, or SCCS, says such efforts put Singapore in good stead to meet rising regional demand.
They prepare us for the mega ships of tomorrow and the demands of a growing region. And our journey does not stop here. SCCS will continue to make enhancements for future cruise calls, exploring new ways to raise efficiency and passenger experience through innovation and technology.
2, 1. Speaking at the opening ceremony, Minister of State for Trade and Industry Alvin Tan says the expanded terminal will strengthen Singapore's attractiveness as a home port for cruise lines.
Singapore has always been an international shipping hub, and we are now bringing that same expertise to cruising. When cruise lines look for a home port in Asia, they want reliability, efficiency, and a destination that their passengers want to visit. This expansion is not just about a bigger building, it's about our confidence in the future of cruise tourism in Southeast Asia and keeping Singapore at the heart of global cruising.
He adds Singapore is exploring new sailing routes to diversify cruise itineraries and market Southeast Asia as one of the most exciting cruise regions.
The boom in cruise demand is also keeping local companies busy. From repairing ships to upgrading cabins, they're finding smarter ways to cope with the extra workload. Kate Low takes a closer look at how they're coping or keeping up as well.
They carry thousands of holiday makers, each one a massive operation on the sea. But when the fun stops and the passengers disembark, another crew gets to work. At this marine interior refurbishment company, business is up nearly 30% from last year, thanks to more cruise ships docking in Singapore.
We also see more and more coming, especially significantly, actually, we do a complete design and build for 2 oceanal cruising expedition vessels this year. And we also have first and second quarter of order book for next year for dry docking projects, specifically to cruise and expedition vessels.
To keep up with demand, the company is turning to technology. It uses 3D scanning to create a detailed digital model of the vessel's interior so that designers and engineers can plan upgrades more accurately. Parts are also built in advance so that when ships arrive, they can be fitted into them quickly so as to cut down the time they need to stay in the port.
The company is also training new talent through mentorship programs and partnerships with local polytechnics. Meanwhile, at shipbuilding company Seatrium, the number of projects has grown about 20% from last year. As cruise ships grow bigger and greener, the company is evolving too, with energy-efficient solutions.
For example, the hull lubrication systems, the paint system, the engine, the fuel, alternative fuel, that they are going to use to make their vessels more efficient. And many of that kind of projects right now, very exciting in terms of decarbonization space for the shipping.
To continue growing the cruise industry and supporting related services, the Singapore Tourism Board is working with neighbouring countries to make regional destinations more attractive. The aim is to make Southeast Asia more attractive to cruise lines and bring more ships to the region.
Some of the port infrastructure in our neighbouring countries not equipped as yet to handle really large ships. So I think we are trying to, what we try to do is to then inform them of the cruise lines requirements, the types of ships that they may deploy to region, and then how would that help them upgrade their port infrastructure to also capture a part of this demand.
She adds that with smoother connections on the way, Singapore is charting a steady course to remain Southeast Asia's leading cruise hub.